I have. I've studied, well, Tani Sensei was originally teaching us Muso Shinden Ryu, which is one of the largest styles of Iaido. And, but since then, I've studied other systems. I studied Katori Shinto Ryu, Sueo Ryu, a number of styles. I can't think of them all, but RYUSHIN is probably my main practice now. I haven't done Muso Shinden in a long time, but I did do it for many, many years.
What sets RYUSHIN apart from the other styles to you?
That's a good question.
Why did you end up doing RYUSHIN over everything else?
RYUSHIN was one of Otani's, what we would do back in those days. You would learn Muso Shinden, and you would you have basic knowledge of how to use the sword, and and then when you became black belt level, then we would learn RYUSHIN. Then it was called something else then, but that's all political. We always were, all of us, all the members, including Tiki and the other people that were at the dojo at the time, were pretty excited when we got to do the RYUSHIN, because the RYUSHIN had a more pragmatic, kind of more warrior feel to it, whereas Muso Shinden and Jikiden Ryu and all these styles have a different feel to it. So as being a young guy, I thought it was really exciting to do that sort of warrior practice. As time went on, I found that there was other stuff to be revealed. IAIDO is a very difficult art to study, and what you do learn is you have to become patient with oneself and treat other people with kindness. I didn't sign up for that. I signed up for, becoming, a samurai that I saw in the films. As Otani Sensei used to say, when Phil Ortiz first came to me, he was a street kid from the ghetto, and now he's become a human being. And that was what I guess you call that a kind of an underhanded compliment, but I understand it now. And I know he met it with affection. He was very affectionate to all of us as students. And, what can I say? This is, that's my beginnings with RYUSHIN. And now we have Yahagi Sensei, who's been very generous with us, teaching us the RYUSHIN curriculum and tweaking us up to, the finer points of it. And as you learn, for me, it's a constant learning. So I'm always honing my skills, and it's not even skills. It's like polishing my heart and polishing my mind is really what it is. I don't know if that translates into English so well, but this is as I understand it. So, and I do other studies that are also complementary to it. I study Kyudo, and I'm also a Kyudo teacher.
How long have you been practicing IAIDO in general and RYUSHIN SHOUCHI in particular?
I've been practicing IAI. It's probably going on 40 years or maybe more. It's kind of a little bit embarrassing to say that, because if I would have spent as much time I could have gone to college and become a doctor and a lawyer, probably. Spend that much time in, so. Yeah, it's been about 40 years anyway. That's how I've been practicing. And I'm still practicing. So, although I'm, as you introduced me to my introduction rather, head instructor, but I consider myself a student, I always consider myself a student. I like to listen, I like to learn, I always like to have teachers, I never feel that I'm above the fray, so. I have lots of teachers, I have, Yahagi Sensei, and I have Brick Beal, who's my Kyudo teacher, and Shibata Sensei, who passed away, was my Kyudo teacher, and Sherry Siang is my Tai Chi teacher, and Mike Scars I'm practicing judo with these days, you know, so I'm always constantly searching and finding out things about my practices and about myself. Because it comes down to it, it's a lot about, it's about oneself. It's like self-examination and self-realization. So
Yeah, that leads wonderfully to what are your personal goals?
my personal goal is to be able to be as generous as some of the teachers that I've been involved with, and to give away whatever knowledge I've been lucky enough to learn, and so that's my personal goal. And also to be as Otani said, become a human being, to become a much more polished individual. As a family person, I think I've done a lot of that. My children and my grandchildren, and now even 2 great-grandchildren. I give them my love and my affection and my whatever wisdom I've accrued.